Hello everybody, I welcome you all to this online course Excel from beginners to advanced. This session will be about working with basic functions. The topic of discussions today will include the structure of Excel function, working with sum function, SUMIF, minimum, maximum, large, average, average if, count, COUNTIF, COUNTA, and some text functions. First, let us go with the structure of Excel function. In the previous session, I told you that whenever you are trying to give a formula into Excel cell, that should start with equal to symbol. So when you are trying to provide any formula as input, that should start with equal to symbol. At the same time, whenever you are trying to give any criteria in the formula, that should be given within double quotations or with open and closed ended brackets. Let us see how this functions are used in Excel. To start with, first we go with sum function. Sum means adding of two or more numbers. So any number of numbers, any count of numbers can be added in this Excel. To do that, we have a very simple formula called sum. Sum denotes addition of numbers. Okay. So we are going to add the given range of numbers. So in the previous session, we have discussing about identifying the total marks scored by the students. So here, the total marks means addition of numbers. To do that, I am starting with equal to sum of sum, open a bracket, then select all those numbers whichever you want to add. So selecting the number means simply click one number without releasing the mouse, drag it over the other numbers till the last number, then close the bracket and press enter. So that will give you the total of all the numbers whatever you have included in your formula. So now I am copying this formula to other cells. So by keeping the cursor on this black color box, I am just double clicking the formula that will be applied to all the cells whichever is listed there. So this we call it as sum function. The next one is SUMIF function. SUMIF function. Here you use a criteria to add up the numbers. For example, we are going to add those numbers which are greater than 50, or we are going to add those numbers which are less than 50. Likewise, we can give a criteria and then we can ask the system to add up the values. Okay, let us see. Equal to SUMIF, open a bracket, select the range, comma. See, whenever you start with the formula, you can see the other options, other values what you need to select. So here first we have selected the range. Range is nothing but starting value to ending value. Then we need to tell about the criteria on what basis the number should be added. So for that we need to give that criteria into double quotations, greater than 50. Okay. Here the criteria for adding up the number is those numbers which are greater than 50 should be added. So I am giving within double quotation as greater than 50. So the moment we press enter, the value will be displayed here. Okay. Then we can copy this formula to other cells. Now when you compare this sum value and the SUMIF value, you can see this difference. In the first cell, both are same, but in the second cell, you have a difference. Reason is, here we have a number called 45, which is less than 50. So this number is excluded in addition, right? Again, coming to the third number, previously we are adding all the numbers. Now based on the criteria, it have eliminated one number, two numbers. Reason is here we have 50. 50 is not greater than 50. It is equal to 50, right? So 50 and 45. 95 will be the difference between this mark and this mark, this value and this value. So SUMIF function, you can use it to add numbers based on some criteria. Either it can be greater than number or less than number or even equal to numbers. The next function will be minimum, maximum and large. Okay, the value itself explains finding out the minimum number in a given range of numbers and finding out the maximum number, I mean a biggest number in the given series of numbers. And third one, we have a large function. This is also to find out the largest value, but I tell you the difference between maximum and large value. Let us go back to the practice sheet. Here we have first subject marks. So this is subject 1 marks of this particular class. In this class, I want to know who have scored the maximum mark and who has scored the lowest mark. For that, to identify the highest mark scored by the class equal to max, then select all the marks in that column. Select all the marks in the column, then press close the button and press OK. So 90 is the highest mark in this particular range. So maximum of this given number is 90. Same way we can go to identify the minimum value equal to minimum, open bracket, select the numbers, press close the button and press OK. So 45 is the lowest number in this particular range. Third category is large. Okay. So now I tell you what is the difference between large and maximum. In maximum, you can find out only one value. That is, whichever is the highest value, that will be identified. In large function, you can identify the order of numbers. For example, I tell you, if you want to know about the second largest number in a given category or 10th largest number in a given series of numbers, there you can use this large function. I tell you equal to large, open a bracket, array means the group of numbers, first number to last number, comma, k here means it denotes the order of the largest number. I want to know about the second largest number in the given number. So what I can get is 85. So the largest number in this value is 90 and second largest number in this given series of number are 85. So in that way I can identify even any number of orders. I want to know about the 10th largest number now. I can give, instead of 2 I can give it as 10. The same way I can give it as 5th largest number and whatever I want. Okay, so this way I can identify the largest number in a given group based on the order of their arrangement. Then we move on into average function and if average if function. Okay, so this is the total mark of the student. Now we are going to identify the average mark scored by the students. To do that, equal to average, here we need to type it in full, average starting number to ending number, selecting all 6 subjects number and closing the bracket. So this way I can identify the average of all these 6 numbers. The average of all the 6 numbers is 83.8. I can copy this to other cells also. What happened here is we had the numbers in decimals. We can reduce this decimal to 1 decimal. That depends upon your data. Okay. Then we move on to the average if function. Average if function, as like we did in sum if function, based on a criteria that will find out the average in a given series of numbers. For example, average if the range of numbers, comma, the criteria greater than 50, close the bracket, press enter. Right? Copy the cells to other number. Okay. Now you compare the average value and average if value, both will not be same. Only in cases where the numbers or all the numbers are greater than 50, then the number will be same. Right? Here see what happened. First case, no difference. Second case, we have a number 45 which is less than 50. So these numbers only will be included for finding out the average of these numbers. Okay. Likewise, you can find out the average of a given number based on the criteria. Okay. This is average if function. Next one will be count function, count a function, count if function. Okay. First, let us go with the count function equal to, you type it as count, select the values, close the bracket, things will be okay. So copy the formula to other cells, it will be applied. Okay. Count function will help you to identify in how many cells there are numeric numbers, numeric values. This will not include any text or character in a given range of cells. Look at these values. All these values show 6 except the first one. The reason is, in the first 6 subjects, in one subject we have marked that candidate as absent. The same way, if we change it absent for this particular student, then count will be considered as 5. So count function will be helpful to you to identify in how many cells we have numeric values. This doesn't include any text or any other character. Then we move on to count a function. Okay, COUNT count a, select the range of cells, close the bracket, press enter. Here what happens will be, whatever may be the content inside a cell, that will be included for counting. This will not include any blank cells. Whether it is a number or a text, whatever it may be, if it has any input in that cell, that will be included into the counting. So count A will count all the cells wherever any text or number is available. Then we go with count if function. Count if function, for example, again the same way, the numbers will be counted based on a criteria. For example, I want to know in how many subjects the candidate has failed. In how many subjects the student have failed. Okay. For doing that, select this range, press greater than or equal to 50, close the bracket. See what happens. The cell will reflect a value where the number of cells whichever is having the count which is greater than or equal to 50. So here in this range of cells, we have one absent entry. So that absent entry will not be considered. Only the numeric values will be considered. If we change this number into 45, then again condition will be applied. So 45 is not a greater than number of 50. So 45 will be excluded and only 4 numbers will be counted, and that is displayed here. The same way, in all the range of cells, only those values which are greater than 50, greater than or equal to 50 will be considered. Here we have included greater than or equal to symbol into this formula. Reason is even 50 is a pass mark. That's the reason we are giving count if value. Count if value again counts the number of cells based on a criteria. Then we go with the text functions. Text function, in the sense, it is about converting the lowercase into uppercase, converting the uppercase into lowercase, and converting the text into first letter alone capital letter. That we have discussed in our previous sessions itself, so we need not repeat it once again. We have another text function into this Excel sheet. I tell you, for demonstrating that, I am inserting 2 columns on my into my table. So first column will be the title, second column will be the name. Okay, title will be like Mr., Mrs., or Doctor, or Sri, or something like. Okay, so this title we can give it to our students. Coming to the name, I am giving like this. Okay, so I'm copying all this. So just for saving the time, I'm doing like this. Okay, so we have got some value into this cells. What I want to do is I want to have these 2 numbers into one cell. So previously we have did this like inserting a column, and we used flash fill option to do this, right? So flash fill option, either you have to type this character into the cell and you can copy it down, or you can use a function called concatenate text 1 and text 2, right? So comma text 2, right? You just see what happened. The text in column B and column C, that is merged into one cell, and that has been displayed into this particular column. So this way you can use this text function concatenate to bring values in different cells into one particular cell. So this is about the today's this session. In the next session we will discuss about the pivot table option in Excel. Have a good day. Happy learning.